Good morning, everyone. This is Rubén Molina. I'm CEO of Innitius. I'm civil engineer. My background is civil engineer, but this company was part of my PhD. And I co-founded this company with Dr. Molina here. I have to make a disclaimer. We are not related. We're not married. We're not family. That's a common surname in the south of Spain. And Dr. Molina is a visionary OBGYN who recognized a few years ago a major clinical problem, the inability to predict accurately the birth timing. For the last 30 years, nothing has changed. They keep doing the same test: digital examination, transvaginal ultrasound, and biomarkers. The three of them share the same problems. They are not reproducible between different users, and also they have poor accuracy. And you might think now, okay, if nothing has changed over the last 30 years, the problem isn't that big. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. The problem is huge. They're using those old-fashioned techniques for diagnosing problems like threat and preterm labor, which is the leading hospitalization cause during pregnancy, preterm labor before 32 weeks of pregnancy, which is the leading infant mortality cause around the world, and induction of labor, which is the leading fetal distress source during the pregnancy. More than 6 million of pregnant women every year in the United States and Europe suffer one of those three problems, with almost 3 million of them being incorrect diagnosed. And the incorrect diagnosis means unnecessary hospitalizations, treatments with corticoids and antibiotics, or missed opportunities to prevent preterm labor or reduce the timings of induction of labor. It's a $1.6 billion market coming from a clinical need that is seeking for innovation. And the solution was always there, but not easily achieved. Check this circle there. The cervix is the key barrier that must soften and shorten for allowing the vaginal delivery. We have developed a system for measuring an intravaginal probe for measuring how soft is the cervical tissue of the pregnant woman. We do it with civil engineering precision. We have created a new type of wave called torsional waves, and it allows us to quantify what we provide to the doctor is not imaging, it's a number. We are not ultrasound, we are a new type of wave. Reliable, but we discover that cervical consistency gets influenced by the clinical profile of the patient. And that's how our product was born. It's a three-part product. The first one is the hardware for measuring the cervical tissue stiffness or softness. The second one is an artificial intelligence model which combines the output of the hardware with the clinical profile of the patient. And third, a software where the doctor receives the actionable diagnostic. We don't provide the number, we provide a diagnostic for each pathology. The device is patented twice in Europe, Canada, Australia, and USA. Positive FTO analysis already done. And we improve ultrasound and biomarkers in accuracy, reproducibility, and reliability. We published an article in Nature about comparing ourselves versus ultrasound. We published another paper in the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology comparing ourselves versus ultrasound again. And for the biomarkers, the reliability, we have completed a 10 clinical sites study with more than 350 patients for comparing ourselves versus the current standard of care, the biomarkers, and we have already improved sensitivity and specificity on them. Check also this picture from here. Building our AI model, cervical consistency emerged as the top one variable related with prediction of birth timing, more than any other of the 200 variables that we analyze in our clinical research. The product development is done. The clinical research, you have seen the results. We already are a ISO 13485 certified company. We are already in conversations with the FDA. So now is the moment to move forward with the product development. We are going to prepare one hardware, and we can target 3 different indications. We will sell in 2025 the probe for measuring the cervical tissue stiffness as a research-use-only medical device. And we'll launch our research program. The first indication, threat and preterm labor assessment, will go under a 20 sites clinical trial in Germany, Netherlands, and Spain in 2025. FDA approval is expected and already negotiated with the FDA through a bridge study. For the second indication, this is key, I need to tell you, because a physician from UK, Prof. Kypros Nikolaides, the creator of the Down syndrome test and preeclampsia test, is going to pay himself through the Fetal Medicine Foundation a 7,000 patients clinical trial for our second indication. And we are working already on the third indication, induction of labor, where we are going to start the clinical research by 2026. We have a team of 18 full-time employees so far, led by Francesca Molina and myself, but also guided by great advisors in clinical research, product development, and business strategy. Please check the key opinion leaders that already are committed with our development. We have Prof. Nikolaides. We have also Prof. Frank Leuven, the professor who is the president of the International OBGYN Association, and also other physicians around the world. But also check the investors that already committed their capital to our company. The business model is hybrid. They can buy once the hardware, and they can use it for every single software indication. The diagnostic indications are going to be commercialized under software as a service. The pricing for each indication will be tailored in base of the market and in base on the reimbursement scenario at each key market that we're going to target. The pricing, the distribution, the marketing, and the market access strategy has been set up using more than 400 face-to-face interviews and an external reimbursement study that we have performed in the key markets. We will start commercializing the diagnostic indications by 2027, break-even point by the last quarter of 2028, with nearly 30 million euros of revenue by 2031. As you can see here, where we are pivoting from a hardware company, at the very beginning, 90% of the revenues are coming from the hardware, to a software as a service company, as we set up our software as a service business model. We already raised until today 7 million euros, 4 of them coming from equity, and now we are seeking a 6 million euros A series. We already have committed most of it. I will talk about that now. But with that money, we can start selling the research use only device in Europe and USA, gather more than 80% of the data from the 2 first indications, start with the third indication clinical research, and also keep moving forward with the FDA pathway, including the breakthrough designation application for that. As I was saying, we already have committed 1.5 million euros from the current investors, 4 million euros from an external VC, and now we are looking for a ticket of 5.5 million euros for completing this 6 million round, but also we are open to talk about a larger round, including the financial needs that we have by 2026. Total, let's say, ticket we are looking for here is between 500,000 to 4 million euros. Talking about the exit, we can be really easily integrated with ultrasound manufacturers, but also with women's health diagnostic companies. We already have conversations with them. We can be another probe of the ultrasound, but also we can complement the product pipeline that companies like Ologic, QIAGEN, or Labori has with the same clinical target. We already have 2 letters of interest by one of each company here. And we also have the support from key opinion leaders like Prof. Nikolaides and Prof. Leuven. We have the strategy set up, we have the right team, we have the risk technology, and now it's time for you to join us in revolutionizing the women's health. Thank you.